Love is knocking on your door and we're delivering. Welcome to the Lover List, where Reddit's most charming love stories come to life. Don't be a love snob. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications to join the love party. I, 23 female, caught my boyfriend, 26 male, 1 year, on Tinder. He swears it's not true. I'm going to lose my mind. My friend came to me yesterday at lunch with screenshots of my boyfriend's Tinder profile. The pictures were all old photos, so I confronted him immediately, expecting to hear something like, "Yeah, haha, I forgot to delete that," which is cool. He denied being on Tinder at all, and my friend suggested that she make an account, set it to his specifications, and see if he turns up. And there's his profile. So, this means that my boyfriend has been active on Tinder within the past 2 weeks. I confronted him with this, and he changed his story. Now he's saying that his friend has been using his account. He shows me his phone and says, "Look, I have nothing to hide," and of course the app is deleted. So I take his phone, download Tinder, log in with his Facebook, and see that he has been active, albeit infrequently. There was one girl that he tried to meet up with back in May when I was out of town. The girl gave him her phone number, and even though he deleted whatever messages they exchanged, I still saw that he had her saved in his contacts. So that's about everything that I know. He either cheated on me or planned on cheating on me while I went out of town, and I'm sure this isn't the only time it's happened. This relationship is pretty much over. He is swearing up and down that it's not true. He doesn't use Tinder and he doesn't know this girl. I'm going crazy with how much he's outright lying. He seems so sincere, but I know what I saw. I can't listen to him deny this one more time. I know that this is the end. I guess I'm looking for advice on how to end it in a way that doesn't leave me second guessing myself. And moral support. TLDR. Caught my boyfriend on Tinder trying to meet up with girls while I was out of town. He's denying it so vehemently that I almost believe him. What do I do? Edit. This blew up while I was away. I'm sorry, I won't be able to respond to every comment. So I did some stuff that was kind of petty and stupid today. I made a fake Tinder account, matched with my boyfriend, and he starts messaging me and immediately asks me to meet him for a drink. We agree to meet by a fountain in the center of my town, and I pack up all of his stuff in a tote bag, put on a great outfit, and went to the fountain. I stood kind of out of the way of the fountain in the shadows where I could watch the street that I knew he'd be arriving from. I was devastated, but I figured this way I could catch him without a doubt and end things quickly. All the time, he's messaging this girl on Tinder, but he didn't show up. 2 of his roommates did. We didn't speak. I don't know them well, but they watched me for a while, figured out what was going on after a few more Tinder messages, and left quickly. So I wait a few minutes and I call my boyfriend and ask him where he's at. He says he's just gotten off of work and he's going to meet his roommate for a drink. I confront him with the fake Tinder profile and he's dumbstruck and furious with his roommate, who he swears up and down is behind all of this. I'm at home now, just emotionally exhausted and confused. Whatever is going on with his roommates is super sketchy and creepy. Advice, please? Edit Part 2. Thank you all so much for your advice and support. A few things that I think are important. Up until this point, my boyfriend and I had a great relationship. Really, no red flags anywhere. If I had already been suspicious that he was cheating, this would be a much easier break for me. The most recent message on his Tinder account when I checked it yesterday was sent to a girl he had matched with before we met. It said, "Would you want to meet up with my friend?" My boyfriend is the kind of person whose iPhone passcode is 0000. I wouldn't be surprised if his roommates did know all of his passwords. So, his Tinder account is still matched with my fake profile. To me, that indicates that he probably isn't the person operating the Tinder profile. If it were him, wouldn't he have blocked the fake profile immediately? A lot of people have said that he probably sent his roommates to check things out for him. I can't write that off entirely, but my gut says that it isn't true. I just don't think it's very likely. When it comes to his roommates, I'm very concerned that they have been using his profile to trick women into meeting with them. The fact that his profile hasn't been deleted makes me worry that my boyfriend is in on this. So that's about where I'm at right now. I'm worried that all of them are working together to, at best, scam women, at worst, assault them, and my boyfriend is at least passively involved. Either way, I feel some responsibility to do a little more digging. Update. The original TLDR. Caught my boyfriend on Tinder trying to meet up with girls while I was out of town. He's denying it so vehemently that I almost believe him. What do I do? But it got weirder. The girl whose phone number was in my boyfriend's phone was from Brazil, so I wasn't sure about calling or texting the number. But I did find her Facebook by searching for that phone number. I messaged her and asked about my boyfriend. She confirmed that she had matched with him on Tinder, and they exchanged phone numbers. The phone number she has is my boyfriend's correct phone number, but she never met up with him because when they exchanged more selfies, the man in the photos was clearly not my boyfriend. I met with my boyfriend and laid out everything for him. I showed him the fake profile, the messages I had exchanged with the Brazilian girl, told him about his roommates coming to the fountain the other night, and I told him that if he was honest with me about what was going on, we could work through things, but that if he kept lying we were finished. I told him he needed to get real honest about what was going on between him, his roommates, and this Tinder account. Here's what happened, and I believe this all to be true. When my boyfriend upgraded his phone, he gave his old one to his roommate, and when he reset it, he let his roommate connect to his Apple ID. So my boyfriend had shared his Apple ID password with him, and they've been sharing an account. His roommate, for reasons we don't totally understand, managed to get onto his Tinder profile and started using it as his own. He said he thought he looked enough like the pictures that he could get away with it. They're both of the same ethnicity, but my boyfriend is way hotter, so I'm not sure how his roommate thought that would work out. When his roommate can't pay his own phone bill, my boyfriend will often lend him his phone, or switch SIM cards for a while. I know this sounds strange, but I know for a fact that it is true. When I was out of town in May, boyfriend's roommate matched with this Tinder girl, got her phone number, but couldn't text her because he hadn't paid his own bill. So he could contact her on Tinder through Wi-Fi, but not send texts. Since I was out of town anyway, and I was the only person my boyfriend needs to contact, he agreed to let his roommate use his phone to talk to this girl, but didn't know at that point that his roommate was catfishing this girl with his old pictures. Both roommates showed up to meet the fake Tinder girl because I had told them on the fake account that the girl had a roommate. Their plan was to meet with this girl and convince her to bring her roommate out as well for his friend. Not a great idea. Kind of weird, but okay. Boyfriend, of course, was furious with his roommates and made sure the account was permanently deleted. This has been the craziest, most exhausting week of my life. I believe that this is how everything happened. My boyfriend and I are working on repairing the relationship. TLDR, it was his roommate all along. Wow, it's actually really good you tried to set him up, otherwise you'd probably still think he was guilty. I would too. What worries me is his roommates are lying to girls about who they are. What's even more worrying is that he brought a friend with on the date when he never mentioned he would. I genuinely think they may be trying to take advantage of a girl because this is all incredibly weird and suspicious. Seriously, I would file a police report for identity fraud or something along the lines of that. Don't delete evidence you have. None of this sounds right. Hopefully, since your boyfriend was never lying, you will be able to make up. Gaslighting. That's what this is. And this is exactly what my boyfriend did to me when I caught him cheating. I was literally logged into his POF account looking at the messages, and he was trying to deny it and trying to make me seem crazy for believing it. You are not crazy. He is a cheater. You are not crazy. One more time for good measure. You are not crazy, no matter how he makes you feel about this. Thank you. I remember a post in here recently in which someone was talking about being caught red-handed in a lie by his SO, and he said that he just doubled down on the lies and even got angry with his SO for suggesting he was lying. People definitely do this. I guess I'm looking for advice on how to end it in a way that doesn't leave me second-guessing myself. Save this post. Something made you write this post, and this post will remind you of it. It doesn't matter how you end up breaking up. You don't have to say more than "I'm breaking up with you." You don't need to justify your action of breaking up. You don't need his approval or permission and moral support. This sucks. There's nothing to be said that will make it suck less. It's not okay what he did, but it's okay however you feel about it. Feeling anger, denial, confusion, desperation, sadness, everything at once or even nothing is all okay. Even missing him or the good times sometimes is okay, because you got used to him and now you have to get used to not being with him. Not missing him or wanting to rip him apart is okay too. You feel whatever you feel. It may be unpleasant, but feelings aren't wrong. Certain actions can be wrong, though. For example, as long as you're not planning on actually doing it, feeling like hurting him is okay. Take good care of yourself. Eat, shower, get dressed, rest, and exercise. You need to process a breakup and how things ended. That takes time, and take that time. Limit or avoid contact with him for now, as that will reopen wounds before you're properly healed. It may not be much, but downloading the deleted app and logging with his FB account was pretty smart. You can take care of yourself. It won't make this suck any less, but you can take care of yourself. So, I'm getting this weird feeling about both of his roommates showing up. I may be totally off base, but the only reason I can think of for two dudes to show up to a Tinder meetup is assault. I'd be kind of wary about all three of them if this is a shared account, or to scope out a location for their roommate to make sure it's not his current girlfriend trying to catch him. Either way, he needs to leave him. That's my fear too. I'm very worried that they've been using his profile as a cover to assault women. It seems worth mentioning that my boyfriend has told me in the past that he dislikes his roommates, but stays friendly with them because it's the easiest way to live there. Once a friend of mine asked me if I'd have him set her up with one of them, and he gave me a very hard no, which threw me off because every time I've spoken with one of them, they've begged me to set them up with someone. Haha, his buddy uses his account, and he is swearing up and down that it's not true. He doesn't use Tinder and he doesn't know this girl, but magically her number is in his phone contacts. Guess his buddy also uses his cell too, right? He is so bad at lying, it would be hilarious if it weren't for him hurting and cheating on and gaslighting you. DTMF. What you did wasn't stupid and petty. Please don't think that way. It gives strength to the women are hysterical, lol. 1. Stereotype that's poisonous. Nancy Drew would be f***ing proud of you, girl. You're just not adding up the clues. His personal Facebook linked with Tinder too. Girl from Tinder's number in his contacts 3. That incident happening when you were out of town 4. Not 1, but 2 of his friends show up to scope out the situation 5. His spoken denial without any attempt to rectify the situation. Thank you. The entire time I was headed over to the fountain, I just kept thinking, oh god, I'm about to be one of those people who causes a scene in public. If he's lying about Tinder and how he doesn't know this girl, what other things has he lied about / will lie about in future? Plus, if he's willing to cheat when you're out of town, that just pulls it all together for me. He's clearly not able to be trusted. I'd just confront him and lay it out to him, wanting the whole truth or you're gone. I feel like not knowing the whole truth is going to kill me, but I'm gone either way, honestly. Edit. Typo. Once stumbled upon Craigslist personal ads on a BF's laptop. Obviously went into detective mode and opened his email, where there were a whole bunch of messages being sent with his name, phone number, photos, clearly his terrible grammar, etc. Know what he told me? That wasn't me. I was hacked. Wish someone would hack my computer to get me laid. So why are you going crazy? Why do you need him to admit his wrongdoings when you already have truth? Just to push things along. There is no such thing as closure. It's a myth. It's really just a nice way to end a movie, but in real life, broken relationships don't have this nice, clear-cut ending with a fade out showing the wronged with a triumphant sunset fade out. Just do what you know needs to be done and get on with it. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Relationship Stories that'll make your heart skip a beat. If you were captivated by these tales, please hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't miss out on any future episodes. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for a steady dose of heartwarming stories.